the opportunity to work with David Crosby in a very, I wouldn't say convoluted way, but it's an interesting story because it just proves that you never know who you're going to run into or where you're going to run into them. I was playing a tour with Tim Reynolds, and it was 2005, I believe. And we did kind of a Colorado run, and we were going through Aspen. And somebody came up after the show, and he introduced himself and said, "Hey, my name's Norm, and are you going to be on this show with Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds at the Santa Barbara Bowl?" And I said, you know, I'd love to, but I don't have a booking agent that would be capable of getting me on that or something along those lines. And he said, "Well, you know, I'm on the board there. Let me see what I can do." There's 50% chance that this guy will be legitimate. But anyway, a couple weeks later, sure enough, he emails me and said, you know, it was his girlfriend, and she said, "Would you like to come play this Christmas party in Omaha, Nebraska? And don't worry about transportation. He'll send his jet to pick you up." And I'm just thinking, like, what is this? You know, what is this all about? She says, "Here's a little bit about Norm and what he does." And as it turns out, he co-founded Gateway Computers.
I like the first days of spring. It's life in everything.
Subsequently, I play this party, and he said, "Man, I really need to play your music for David Crosby." And I said, "What?" You know, and he says, "Oh yeah, we're best friends, man. He's a good friend of mine." And then I started getting these emails from him, which was really quite bizarre. You know, I remember when I got the first one, and I said, "Mom, you're not going to believe who I got an email from. I got an email from David Crosby." And he, you know, he wrote, and he was super cool in the emails, and said, "You know, you're not," he said, "Norm told me you were like a beginner at this, but you've been playing for a while, obviously, right?" And we started, you know, asking each other what music we were listening to, and he's like, "Oh, I'm really into this Esperanza Spalding." And I said, "Oh yeah, me too." We just started riffing on, you know, what we were listening to. And so at the end of the dinner, he said, "Marcus, here's my phone number. Give me a call, you know, anytime." And I was just thinking, like, this is not what I expected to happen at all. I thought maybe, okay, this guy could be, you know, beneficial in the sense that maybe he would recommend maybe a manager or somebody that could kind of help me with my career. He said, "All right, you know, show me what you're working on." And I played some stuff for him, and he's like, "You got to play for my son, James."
Now I dance across the water, 'cause she brightens up my day, and I have nothing left to offer.
So I played him some songs, and it kind of evolved a little bit further. The next day I got to hang with them, and it was just really obviously one of those moments where I'm actually glad that I didn't know everything that he had done, because I would have felt way too intimidated to play probably, or felt really nervous. But I didn't really feel nervous. I felt really comfortable. And so we hung out the next day, and then a couple months later he actually invited me to play on his album, which was just, you know, it's crazy.
Across the ocean, by the sea, unsurpassed beauty.